Time is never stagnant. It moves on forever as an eternal, immortal, and natural force. Though it is natural, time pushes people forward, or it pulls them back. In life, everything is bounded by time. Time is restrictive. 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, 365 days in a year. Time is restrictive to people, but to itself it is infinite and everlasting. In The Great Gatsby by Scott F. Fitzgerald, time is a recurring theme that affects several characters. These characters who attempt to repeat the past or get pulled back by time fail, only to receive a consequence. Daisy Buchanan and Great Gatsby are amongst those who tried to repeat their past and later failed. To understand this concept, time's definition must be understood. It is stated as the indefinite continued progress of existence, and events in the past, present, and future regarded as a whole. In The Great Gatsby, time is almost personified as an unstoppable force and an immovable object. Time lends itself towards each character and begins by playing its course naturally, until it lures a character into repeating their past, and whether they can accept it or not is their choice. If they do, they are presented with a consequence. We'll start with Daisy Buchanan. Daisy Buchanan, wife of Tom Buchanan and Nick Carraway's cousin. Her conflict in the book happens inside the hotel, when Tom exposes Gatsby for trying to steal his wife. At this moment, she is pressured with choosing between Tom and Gatsby, and deciding who she really wanted to be with and who she really loved. Gatsby believed that Daisy never loved Tom, though she admitted it at a point, revealing,
"I never loved him."
Daisy really does not like the idea of having to choose inside that hotel, so she runs out. This was her current struggle in time, and her pullback was Great Gatsby, whom she sees again after 5 years. And their love seemed to be instantly rekindled as soon as their eyes met. So 5 years earlier, she was also in love with him during the war. While she may have forgotten about their time together, time had pulled her right back into the past, forcing her to make a decision. She reunited with Gatsby, accepting time's clutches, and delightfully saying,
"I'm certainly glad to see you again."
To conclude, Daisy's relationship with time was her consequence for accepting time's deadly grasp. Many events had happened between her, Gatsby, and Tom in the following weeks. Daisy and Tom ended up moving, leaving their previous life behind, all because of time's consequence, Gatsby's death. This symbolizes that Daisy really hated the idea of choosing between Tom and Gatsby, but when Gatsby died, it simplified her decision. She had no other choice than to stay with Tom, seeing as how Tom's mistress, Myrtle Wilson, had also died. This shows that Daisy wanted to forget about Gatsby and about the whole situation, and the outcome of Daisy accepting the pullback from time was Gatsby's death. Great Gatsby was the other person to be greatly affected by time, but he got hit the hardest. Following the 5 years after meeting Daisy for the first time and after meeting Dan Cody and inheriting his business and wealth, Gatsby sets up to reunite with Daisy again, as he got himself ready in West Egg.
The green light. Gatsby believed in the green light, the orgastic future that year by year recedes before us. It eluded us then, but that's no matter.
The green light is a symbol for Gatsby's dreams. Though it is far and maybe impossible to reach, Gatsby always has hope that he will reach it. When Gatsby stares at it, he was dreaming about his past and about the girl he met before the war, symbolizing that Gatsby constantly tries to relive his past. Unlike other characters, Gatsby desires to repeat the past, and when he forcibly demands that pullback from time, he receives it, meeting Daisy again and playing into time's fickle game. At Nick's home, Daisy visits him. While they are talking, he rests his head on a broken clock. This clock falls, but Gatsby catches it, saving it from being broken. In the novel, Nick describes it. Luckily, the clock took this moment to tilt dangerously at the pressure of his head, whereupon he turned and caught it with trembling fingers and set it back in place. The clock symbolizes Gatsby's intentions in his life. It is a nonverbal symbol of him wanting to repeat his past. Gatsby was resting his head on the clock and the clock fell. This symbolizes that Gatsby put so much pressure on time, but time cannot support Gatsby. He cannot control time. So it falls and he catches it with trembling fingers, showing that he is trying very hard to repeat his past, but the clock falling foreshadows the fact that Gatsby will not succeed in his intentions to repeat the past. Gatsby later does end up verbalizing his intentions.
Can't repeat the past.
No.
Why, of course you can.
Gatsby forcibly tries to change the past, creating devastating repercussions. Nick calls him, he gets out of the water, and he gets shot in the back by an angry and confused George Wilson. The consequence of trying to repeat the past was death itself. The last line of the book states that,
So we beat on. Boats against the current. Borne back. Ceaselessly. Into the past.
this is a metaphor. The boat beating against the current of time is a symbol that people will always try to move forward in life, but time as the current will pull back. It is a matter of breaking free from the past, a feat that Daisy and Gatsby were not able to complete. Time is like an ocean inside a raging storm. It pushes people forward or it pulls them back for a reason. At times, it can be a calm, beautiful, and a natural force. Time tests us. In life, the past cannot be repeated or changed. What is done is done. So the best option is to move forward with hope and wisdom of that past, to try and stabilize the future instead of trying to write the past.